Facilities management is critical to infrastructural development, which is the backbone of any economy. Understanding this, AlphaMid Facilities hosted the 2015 Nigeria FM Roundtable in commemoration of the World FM Day, with the theme Building Resilience for the Future. In his presentation, the Managing Director and CEO of AlphaMid Facilities, Engineer Femi Akintunde, spoke on the value of asset management life cycle.
Recently, about 256 senior executives were surveyed worldwide to understand what is it that is so critical to them in terms of their real estate asset management. A few things came out. It's a very detailed report, but I've picked these 6 items to share with you today. One of the things they said is that location is very important. If you're a developer or a real estate company, where you are positioned matters a lot to who, as in even the employees that work for you. If where you are located doesn't suit them, they won't come. The customers that want to patronize you, the location of your business matters a lot. Where people want to live, work, or play.
Developing a master plan for your real estate asset is key. It gives you the blueprint, it gives you the sense of direction. Because when the asset begins to grow, both in number and in complexity and in size, if you don't have a master plan in place, you will have difficulty in aligning things that need to grow together.
Stakeholders in critical sectors like oil and gas, telecommunications, real estate, and financial services had group discussions on the state of the facilities management industry and also gave recommendations on the way forward.
For our people to understand what we call service charge, what is service charge meant for? Because when you ask some of our clients to pay service charge, they start wondering, after I've paid the rent, why should I pay any service charge? I mean, this is a fundamental thing in facility management because they don't expect you to do it for free. All the equipment, all the services we are providing cost money. So we also need to educate our people.
The problem I see with the university system is the present structure. How do you break through that structure to make meaningful impact for FM? Number one, you have a director who oversees the university system. When you bring in FM, he looks at the FM function as a kind of a way of eroding its own power. Okay? And then, in the Nigerian system, apart from that power, there's also a kind of remuneration being the person to give up this contract, that contract. So, supposing now we are dealing with an organization that can take care of most of these problems, how do I get my own share and things like that? These are real facts. Okay, we have the power issue and other issues. And then to convince the people in academics, you have to show the naira and cover differences.
The recommendations for us are quite simple. We started off by saying people aren't aware. We need to educate people, we need to make them more aware of the FM industry, and we need to train people within the FM industry or people coming into the industry. And that basically is it. What we'd also like to see is the public purse sort of diverted, if you like, towards the infrastructure. And it's not only going to improve our industry, and our livelihoods of people in this room, but it will improve livelihoods right across the nation.
We need to begin to create those standards. No one is going to create it for us, so we need to take the bold steps. My heart goes out to Engineer Femi, who's taking some of the steps on his firm, EM Facilities, but the rest of us also need to step up to the plate. So if we share knowledge, experiences from various industries, from various organizations, we begin to come out with a standard. From across the panelists, on each question, on each point, you probably hear similar things and similar solutions. So if we do that across board with some of this forum, it's easy to say, okay, this is what expected. You have a clear expectation, you know what modules to follow.
The impact of good facility
management on a property is an increase in its valuation through the eyes of any surveyor, any valuer who has to value that property. So there is an incentive in terms of retaining a high valuation for the properties, especially in the residential market. In terms of recommendations, I think we've covered most of those points. I think the emphasis really is on manpower, on improving the manpower, improving whether it's through standardization, education, training, whether it's through certification, application of policy. One way or the other, we just need to see an improvement in the manpower involved in the industry.
The capital adequacy of FMC needs to be categorized and high up, so that you can see the shaft from the wind. You can see that anybody that loses his or her job today from the bank or from anywhere forms FMC. And that is why you see that some FMCs will tell you that they will provide this, they will not provide this. They will provide cleaning, but they will not buy the cleaning materials. So what is the essence of that? So we need a highly capitalized FMC to have an all-inclusive FMC. If you take up a facility, you must make that facility to work. All the things that can make that facility to be at the least optimum level must be provided by that FMC, including the power. If it is generator, you should be able to make sure that that power, the generator that powers that building is functional.
The Managing Director and CEO of AlphaMid Facilities, Engineer Femi Akintunde, and notable stakeholder, Mrs. Erejuwa Badebo, share more insight on the value of the conference and address critical issues in the FM industry.
Management of assets should be considered right at the start. Too often we tag facility management on at the very end of a process, and that should never be the case. I used to say to people that every morning you get up and you have a bath and you wash you wash your face and you brush your teeth and you ironed your clothes and you've thought about what you're going to wear. You're managing the asset that is your body. So why should this be something that doesn't happen with the management of infrastructural assets? The other thing that I've always been very passionate about is the fact that for infrastructure really to work, you shouldn't actually notice it. You shouldn't worry about electricity. You shouldn't worry about water. You shouldn't worry about your building leaking or whether your building is clean or dirty. And we all need this infrastructure to operate and work and live and make money. And therefore, when they don't work properly and they cause you angst or they cause you a worry, you actually cannot add value to the economy. So this is something that came out very clearly today, the need for integrated facility management as opposed to facility maintenance. And maintenance being something that comes at the very end, you maintain only what you've got, whereas management starts right at the very beginning from the strategic point of view, where you think about what it is you're trying to achieve with this asset and you plan the maintenance of it, you plan the management of it right from the start.
For the discussion, from my experience, we have divided the discussants into 6 key industries for this year, and that is based on the patronage and the areas where we've seen the concept of facility management being adequately addressed. If you take oil and gas, for instance, the oil and gas industry, their core business is oil and gas. But they need the physical environment, they need the building, they need the roads, they need electricity, they need to have water. They need to have quality infrastructure, physical environment in which they will do their business. Because of that, they must engage the services of professional facilities managers who are not professional oil and gas engineers. So that will benefit them, and if they have that good quality environment, they can focus and produce more oil at lower price. Same thing, take banking. Banking services, you and I know how many times we go into a banking hall and they say there's no network, and then you see customers waiting for so long. That's unacceptable in this age, in this modern age. And then you also look at the fact that even when customers come in, you feel more comfortable in certain banking hall than the other. You feel proud to say, look, this is the bank that I use. Even the quality, the look and feel of it has a way of stimulating the mental capacity of your workers. Productivity goes up when everything works. So the banking sector, the financial services, even the government, go to the government ministries, you receive a lot of visitors. Ministry of Power and Steel, Ministry of Oil, of Petroleum, top professionals and investors from all over the world. They visit all these places. Can you imagine they get in there and they are not seeing things working well? And then because we have multinational companies operating in Nigeria here, these people are used to certain standard of service wherever they came from. It is not an excuse that they come here to Nigeria and they cannot enjoy those services. It affects our ability, the ability of our conglomerate and our multinational to be able to attract quality manpower to come and work in Nigeria. And unless we begin to address that, to create comfortable living and working environment for them, they will not come. And then it will affect our productivity, to affect the contribution of the different industry to the GDP of the nation. So different companies, different organizations, different industries benefit from this by looking at one common denominator that everybody make use of: quality building and infrastructure. That is what FM focuses to deliver.
Infrastructure will be key to Nigeria's economic growth. Even so, it faces a huge funding challenge to bridge the gap of $3 trillion. But beyond investment, it must give effective value to management and a strong maintenance culture.